Hello, my miracles. Here we are on another Movie Monday, and I'm going to talk about a film that, in my opinion, should have never been made. That was a bold statement, but we're going to be talking about Final Destination Bloodlines. This is available on Hulu, and let's see, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93%. Okay. I don't know about you, but I do not go to the movie theater as often as I used to. Just expense wise, and admittedly, I like the comfort of my own home. So I watched the trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines, and honestly, I literally wanted to go to the movie theater and watch this. I had not seen any of the previous Final Destinations in the movie theater, and I thought, well, maybe I should do this. Thank goodness I did not, because I probably would have gotten up and walked out and wasted my money. So what I was really excited about was other people were saying that this film ties all of the other Final Destination films together. Okay, sort of. I just didn't think this film matched the greatness of the past Final Destination films. So first I want to talk about the parts that I enjoyed. The opening scene, I highly enjoyed. I was like, this is setting the movie up to be phenomenal. The second thing that I liked was, of course, William Bloodworth, played by Tony Todd. I wish that they would have included him more in the film, because I think it was his last film, but I really enjoyed that. So two things that I enjoyed. Everything else we're going to jump right into. So I'm going to read to you the summary of the film. We follow the main character, Stephanie. She is having a reoccurring nightmare of the opening scene. We learn that a woman in her nightmare is her grandmother, Iris. So Stephanie goes back home to find out why all of a sudden she is dreaming about a grandmother she barely knows. Stephanie goes back home and she discovers that her grandmother is living in a fortified home in the woods because death is after her. Iris tells Stephanie that her nightmare was a premonition she had when she was younger and that she saved a lot of lives. However, all the lives she saved, those people died anyway, and that death is after her family. The cast that plays the family that death is after is horrible. And the main character, Stephanie, her expression was like this throughout the whole entire film. Stephanie goes to visit her grandmother Iris to find out what is going on, and Iris gives her this book, I guess the Book of Death. So here are some little things that, in my opinion, should have been taken care of. And I'm going to say I'm being nitpicky here, so bear with me. If Stephanie dreams about the Skyview restaurant, wouldn't she have went on the internet to find out if there really was a restaurant and what happened to it? I know, tiny things. Another thing is the estranged mother of Stephanie and her brother Charlie shows up at this barbecue. She's sitting with her brother and says, "They're better off without me," meaning her children. Then why did she show up? And again with the barbecue scene, Stephanie has this feeling and she's getting signs something is going to happen. So she drives to her family's house. She runs to the backyard where everyone is and just stands there. Says nothing. Remember in the other films where they yelled out like, "Stay away" or "Stop"? Nothing. She just like blankly stares. There is a family member, Eric, that I absolutely despised. And whoever wrote this character, if that was their intention, great job. But I literally was waiting for Eric to die. And there's a tattoo shop scene where it makes it look like he did die, but then in the following scene, he survived. And the reason why Eric did not die is because he is not part of the family, as in the bloodline. So yes, they're little things that annoy me, may not annoy other people, but the older I get, the more I pay attention. I was raised in an era of fantastic horror films. So I feel really let down with the horror genre nowadays. So I'm going to rate the death scenes, number one being the greatest, so on and so forth. I'm not going to include the opening scene because that would be like all those deaths would be my number one, but I'm kind of going to push that aside. So number one would be the MRI machine. If you know, you know. Number two was the lawnmower. Number three would be the weather vane. Number four would be the lamp post. Five would be the garbage truck. That would be, like, to me personally, the worst. I understand that this is the Final Destination universe, but I'm going to read you what I wrote. This death was so funny and just ridiculous. Leaf blower blows down a tree trimmer. Then the tree trimmer hits the soccer ball, which then hits Julia, one of the family members, in the head. Julia falls into an open trash can, and the garbage truck picks the can up, and she is thrown into the compactor. So in conclusion, Final Destination Bloodlines, the acting was horrendous. Relying on the gore factor of the deaths instead of the storyline and the characters, to me, is always a big mistake. After the opening scene, the film seemed rushed, and I get it. If death is after you, paranoia will be all over the place. But this film, it was way over the top. But I have always loved the moral of this franchise. You cannot cheat death. It's always going to win. I hope you enjoyed this movie Monday. If you did, click that like button. And if you're not a miracle yet and want to be, click that subscribe button. We'll watch a miracle happen. I love you guys so much. If you have watched Final Destination Bloodlines and you have a different opinion, comment down below. I will see you next time. Bye.